Hello everyone and welcome. I believe this is Bookmas Day 6, which means we are halfway to Christmas. This month is going by like when you start counting down the days start feeling slower and you know, oh my gosh, that reminded me. We've had this countdown reindeer thing on our wall for a year because I insisted on getting it last year and I forgot to use it, and I completely forgot to use it again. So I'm going to go downstairs after this and make it the proper day. Welcome to today's video. I'm going to be showing you all of my 5-star reads of the year. I'm going to preface by saying it's only December 8th when I'm filming this, so I could have a few more 5-stars reads, maybe one more before the end of the year. So this is pretty much the ones that have been accumulated as of January to November. I have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 5-star reads this year, which is pretty high. Let's get into this, guys. Let me show you it. The first book I read this year that I gave 5 stars, I got this on ARC on my Kindle, and then I managed to find an ARC copy physical at the thrift store, so I grabbed it because I love the book on Kindle, so I'm gonna get the trophy. So this book is Tender Beast by Lizelle Sambury. This is a crazy book, and I had never read anything like it before. Essentially, this says, Sunny Bear has 4 siblings, but only one is a murderer. With the death of Sunny's mother, matriarch of the wealthy Bear family, Sunny's once picture-perfect life is thrown into turmoil. Her mother had groomed her to be the family's next leader, so Sunny is confused when the only instruction her mother leaves her is a mysterious note: take care of Dom. The problem is her youngest brother Dom has always been a near stranger to Sunny, and seemingly a dangerous one, if found guilty of his second-degree murder charge. Still, Sunny is determined to fulfill her mother's dying wish, but when a classmate is gruesomely murdered and Sunny finds her brother with blood on his hands, her mother's simple request becomes a lot more complicated. That's all that I want to tell you. That's not even the full description, but that's all I want to tell you, because you need to go into this blind. You're going to get, like, thrown through a loop. There was things in here that I was like, okay, what's going on? I was so out of my element reading this, and I was like, oh, this is so crazy. And then, like, I didn't want to stop reading. Like, I think I was, every chance I got, I was on my Kindle. Tapping, turning the page and reading it. So, please pick this up if you get the opportunity to, or if you just want to, pick it up, please, because it was so good. Next book. This is a popular one. It's a fan favorite amongst the book community, and it is Caraval by Stephanie Garber. I picked this one up because I really want to read the Once Upon a Broken Heart series, but everyone says that you should read Caraval first. And I'm so glad I read this. I originally was never going to pick it up because I read The Night Circus in high school and absolutely just, like, it was one of those ones where the teacher forces you to read it and you just hate it. I absolutely hated it. But I'm sure I'd like it now. But this book reminded me, just like the whole reminded me of The Night Circus, and I didn't want to read it. But thank goodness I did, because this was a 5-star read. I even tabbed some of it. I don't even know if you guys can see. It was so stinking good. I immediately bought the second and third book right after, but I haven't touched them. So please convince me in the comments below to read this, because I really want to. But basically, if you don't know the story of Caraval, Scarlet Dragna has never left the tiny island where she and her sister Tella live with their powerful and cruel father. Now Scarlet's father has arranged a marriage for her, and Scarlet thinks her dreams of seeing Caraval, the faraway once-a-year performance where the audience participates in the show, are over. But this year, Scarlet's long-dreamt of invitation finally arrives. With the help of a mysterious sailor, Tella whisks Scarlet away to the show. Only as soon as they arrive, Tella is kidnapped by Caraval's mastermind organizer, Legend. It turns out that this season's Caraval revolves around Tella, and whoever finds her first is the winner. Guys, first of all, the cover is stunning, but second, please, just read it. If you're thinking about it, read it. Read it. I read this so long ago, I don't even remember my thoughts. Next is a popular duology. I think it has a love-hate audience, and that is the Cat and Mouse Duet. This was my first dark romance books, and I wanted to read them so badly. And I got them for Christmas last year. They're tabbed as well. Here, let me show you both of them. They're both tabbed. For this to be my first series, my first dark romances, is a little crazy, but it hooked me. So, basically, this follows, we got Zaid Meadows, who is stalking, what's her name? Oh god. The book is literally called Haunting Adeline. Her name is Adeline. So basically the book follows Zaid, who is stalking Adeline, and just, there's very dark elements to this. The first book is like dark in the way of like, more of like a thrilling way, and just like dark topic, like dark things happen. It's not no fluffy, like this ain't giving no fluffy. Like, okay, let me read a quote to you guys, just like out of context quote. What you're seeing now is what I see every day. No matter how far I run, how hard I try to escape you, you're everywhere I go. You're everything I see. Loving you is like being trapped in a house of Mears Little Mouse, and I've never felt so at home with being so lost inside you. I love this book. I forgot how much I love this book. I love this book. Now, if we move on to Hunting Adeline. Oh, I didn't really explain this series. The whole point of this series is like, she's this popular author, and like, he finds out about her and then is like obsessed with her. He falls in love with her at first sight and begins stalking her rather than... But Zaid is, he's got like this big corporate business that like unalives bad people. The second book, okay, for this duet, please search up the trigger warnings, but for the second book, please be prepared, because if you can see, I tabbed the second half of the book. The first half of the book is so heartbreaking, it's sad, it's so traumatic. It was intense, like, the stuff that was happening was dark, and you got to see into, like, yeah, it was, you definitely need to read the trigger warnings and see if you are in the right mindset to read these, because your mental health matters, and we want to take care of ourselves. I'm gonna leave this at this because I love them. They're big, they're massive, and I'm really proud of myself for reading massive books, guys. That was book 3 and 4. Now we're gonna talk about book 5 and 6. Ever since I've read this series, I have a video of me reading the series on here, and thank God I do, because it has had me in a chokehold. There has not been a single day that goes by where I do not think about this book. These books, these characters, this series, anything. I listen to Chase Atlantic and I think of them. I listen to Sleep Token and I think of them. I can't listen to my favorite songs because it reminds me of these characters. And you know what? I'm here for it. I'm loving this. So the books are Kill Switch and Hideaway by Penelope Douglas. These are books 2 and 3 of the Devil's Night series. And guys, the problem is I can't tell you much about this because the books they're interconnected. I don't think you can go reading them out of order. Hideaway follows Kai, and the whole series continues, but they all have like their own romance book. This involves Kai and a hotel and someone named Banks. And there's a little budding romance there, and there's like a mystery aspect to it. So good, okay? So good. It's crazy that this one is a 5-star, but I rank Kai as my 3rd favorite guy from the series. I like... The 4th book is Will's book, and I like Will better than Kai, I think. But that can also be different because I really don't remember Kai's story, but I remember Will's and Damon's better. Speaking of Damon, Killswitch is Damon's book. And if you read the 1st book, you're probably looking at me like, oh, why? Why do you love Damon's book? Everything about this. Everything about this. This is a masterpiece. This is a 6-star. You know, guys, I promoted it. It's a 6-star. This is the book I think about. This is the book that's continuously in my head. It is so... Okay, this one involves, like, we get flashbacks, so we get, like, high school Damon and the girl, and then we get now, and he's married to her sister. So, guys, it's so good. Please read it. Okay, we're on to the last 2 books. Our 7th book that we rated 5 stars is Open Road Summer. I talked about this in a video, but I'm going to talk about it again. This one basically follows Regan, who just broke up with her bad news boyfriend and is on the way to leave her rebellious stages behind, so she joins her best friend, who's a country superstar. Her name's Dee, and they go on tour to nurse their broken hearts together. They're pretty much on tour together, and they're like, just a scandal happens, and they're like, we need to do something to attract people, so let's bring on an opener. And that's when we get Matt. And Matt used to be a part of this like family boy band, like family band kind of deal. And basically Matt is going out in public with Dee to make people start like gossiping, but there's nothing going on there. But Matt and Regan, guys, I read this back in high school, loved it, thought I'd do a reread this summer, loved it again. So you know what, this is a guaranteed 5-star for me, because there's no way I read it twice and it's 5-star book time. So she sits at the throne. I don't know if I mentioned, but sorry, Tender Beast is a YA mystery, YA fantasy, adult dark romance, fluffy summer YA, and our last book, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. This one, I knew from the get-go this was going to be a 5-star. The fact is I wanted to read it earlier in the year, but it was wrapped because my boyfriend chose it for one of my monthly reads. So it was so good. I ate up the little bits we got of Pip and Ravi. Oh my god, I ate that up. And like the mystery, here's my confusion. I know it's a trilogy. There's 3 books and then a novella. I thought the books went, like, the story, the case that she's doing went through all 3 books. What's book 2 and 3 about? But if you saw my book haul, I got book 3, so we're definitely going to read that in 2025. As well as put the second one on my Christmas wish list, so here are all the books I rated 5 stars this year. Let's do a quick recap of the books I read this year that I rated 5 stars. We got Tender Beast by Lizelle Sandbury. We got Caraval by Stephanie Garber. We got Hideaway by Penelope Douglas. We got Haunting Adeline by H.D. Carlton. Sorry about that. Hunting Adeline by H.D. Carlton. And we got A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. Open Road Summer by Emery Lord. And lastly, Killswitch by Penelope Douglas. those are all the books I'm going to recommend to you guys because they are so good, okay? So good, okay? Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, don't forget to give me a like to let me know. And comment down below if you've read any of these or if you have a 5-star recommendation for me to read. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe so you can see more of me and find me easier. See you guys in my next video. Bye!